Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Just hold on loose, don't let go. If you cling too tightly, you're gonna lose control. Your baby needs someone to believe in, and a whole lot of space to breathe in. So damn easy.
10:09. Welcome back. 100 years ago, a runaway train, and about 100 minutes ago, lots of water. Lacy, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, man. I got that I think I had COVID and just didn't know it.
Yeah.
Well, I knew it, but I knew I was sick. But it's
Yeah.
like, you got to weigh out the pros and cons of life. And it's like, can I afford to take a day off?
God, CJ, that's awful.
The answer is
Welcome
no.
to America.
I can't afford to take a day off right now. So I was there, but I have like this long hauler COVID is what we're finding out. And it's kind of rough. I mean, I have been getting my butt smoked, but I'm doing good today. Doing good today. You're here, and we're going to talk about a runaway train.
Yeah.
You know how many times I just thought, how great would it be to just sit on the back of a train and let it take you somewhere?
It probably depends where it's taking
Then
you.
you got to realize that you still need to eat food and shower,
Yeah.
and then it's not that fun.
Yeah, briefly fun. just get on a train, let it take you somewhere.
My grandpa, Charlie, used to tell me when they lived down on Dago Hill on McClure Street, and they would ride the train from the box boards all the way down, that little, and just use it as fun. So they'd like chase the train, hop on it, and run. And I'm thinking, okay, obviously a lot more dangerous games were being played back in the 30s and 40s, but that's still kind of
Like, it sounds fun. This is one of those situations where people are like, it's fine because I'm still alive. And you're like,
exactly.
that's because you're still here to talk about it. The dead people can't tell this story.
Do not jump on any moving vehicle.
No.
Did you look into the? I did not. I failed.
What?
I failed. I was supposed to send you that picture of the train that was in front of
that's
PV Mill.
right.
God
Yes.
dang it. I
All
was going to
right.
blame you.
Well, next
Now
time
it's
you
my
can.
fault.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what happened with this runaway train?
Okay, so there used to be tracks right through downtown Alton and on Piasaw, what is now Piasaw Street. So it was a street, but it was also train tracks in the middle of it. And at that time, there was a train the Union Depot in downtown Alton was like right by the river. So there were passenger trains coming through. There were freight trains coming through. A lot of stuff was happening in downtown Alton. And on this day, on the day that I was talking about, September 17th, not on this day, September 17th, 1924, all of a sudden, 8 empty boxcars and an empty coal car just came flying down the tracks. And they were first at a switch on Upper Piasaw Street. So a switch is one of the places where the train tracks, like 2 tracks will come together and you have to change which direction they're going. So they were
Did you see that
there.
YouTuber that is going to jail for a long time? That idiot.
No, what happened?
He switched the tracks on a train on purpose and filmed it.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be hanging out with the state for about 10, 15 years.
Where was that?
I forgot, but it was a couple of weeks ago, and he literally filmed himself. He switches the track and then films the train as it's going through and thinks it's cute.
Gosh, that is so dangerous.
It was very bad.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that nuts? So it was such a squirrel moment, but I'm like, that is pretty much a tie-in in my,
Well, and things like this can still happen
Yes.
where a train is going somewhere it's not supposed to be going.
And honestly, back then, I'm not being funny about this, but you don't have split-second notifications of what's happening in town.
Right.
So if there's quote-unquote runaway train,
Yes.
and you don't know about it. You don't know until you see the darn thing going by you.
Yeah. And that's what happened. So there was going to be a passenger train going northbound at 10. This was right.
Rich Lloyd, I love you. Hold on.
Oh, what?
I found the picture. Told you.
This is the Amtrak.
That was the Amtrak in front of PV Mill. That is definitely downtown Alton, the PV Mill.
Right.
Isn't that so fascinating?
It is so fascinating, and I could use a lot of the things on there to date when that was. but not off the top of my head. So,
So-
I haven't seen the photo. I'll have to look at that.
I just had to uphold my end of the agreement here. Let me save that just so I don't forget.
Yeah, save it. And I'll look into that more
I'm
later.
sorry. I'm like, I owe Lacy this photo.
No, it's okay. At first, I was like, wait, there's another runaway train. What is happening? Yeah, so that one wasn't 100 years ago.
No, it was not.
But I will update y'all on that one next time.
Perfect.
We'll just do a whole train series. Yeah, so yes, you're right. So in this case, it was just before 10 p.m. and then there was going to be a northbound passenger train at 10 p.m. coming the other way. And so it was just that a traffic cop, Fred Elsner, saw the cars racing down the track. And like you said, like there was no one to like radio to him. There was no one to tell him that this was happening. He just saw them and managed to get all the cars and people out of the way.
How do you do that quickly?
I mean, I think he was already used to directing traffic. Like people relied on him to direct them. And so I think that he was enough of an authority figure and he could do that. So I'm sure he was just like whistling and holding out his stop sign and just
Is there a whistle for imminent danger?
I think there's just like a whole bunch of whistles all at once. You got to get in the tone.
Man, I love this picture. I know exactly where this is at. I walk down this corner all the time. That is a great shot at 3rd and
Isn't
Pysal.
that wonderful? That's from 1880, so it's a little bit earlier than
but
this, but I've
still.
always wanted to use this photo in something. I mean, I have before, but you can see City Hall right behind it. So we talked a couple
right
weeks
here,
ago,
right?
yeah, about how it burned down in 1924. So before it burned down, it was right there, and then behind that, closer to the river, is where the Union Depot was. And,
Okay.
and Alton Area Landmarks was actually formed to try to save Union Depot in downtown Alton. They were not successful. It was
I'll be
very
darned.
sad, but they were successful in getting the highway moved down the river instead of coming straight through downtown
Gotcha.
Alton. So they continue to do good things for the community, and
You
one
know
of
what
them was preventing that highway.
Sorry for cutting you off.
No,
but
no,
I
it's
just,
fine.
what amazes me looking at that picture, and it just shows you how little I know about these things, is I would expect that was only for a trolley car.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah,
Like,
you
I
wouldn't
would have
expect,
never
like,
thought that.
Trains.
A literal train.
Like literal, yeah.
Yeah.
Like not just even just a passenger
No,
train.
that's
like,
a Freightliner.
yes.
I mean, that just shows you, though, how important Alton's landscape was, though,
Oh, yeah.
in this time period. I mean,
Yeah.
we're still, relevant, but, not like that, where, you're having so much industrial work going through, whether it's through factory and now with transport, and then having the river.
Mm-hmm.
No wonder we were such a thriving, bustling river town for such a long time, That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Well, yeah, and we were building the train. I mean, Benjamin Godfrey was working on a train from a line from Alton to Springfield in 1852. So
incredible.
early, yeah.
Just incredible. So, how did this all happen? So,
Okay.
Because I haven't really asked you a single question about this piece yet.
Oh, that's all right. We talked
We've
about it.
danced around it.
Yeah. So it was coming down the tracks, and Fred Elsner stopped the traffic, stopped the pedestrians, but there's still this imminent threat of it running right into the passenger train. So a railroad worker, again, who just happened to see it, jumped onto one of the front cars and set the brakes. So the train car slowed down and stopped near Union Depot in time to avert the collision. But luckily they were empty. If they hadn't been empty, the weight would have been too great and it wouldn't have been able to be stopped as quickly. So there would have been a crash. But so yeah, it was just like two guys who were paying enough attention to be heroic and stopped several tragedies from happening.
How fast was that train going?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. It didn't have a driver. It didn't have, it was mostly just gravity because it was downhill. So there was.
But that's even more dangerous because you can't control gravity.
Right.
You can't control the momentum that gravity's force has on something.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so fascinating. Is
Yeah.
that you or me? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, because I've been kind of on. I've had so many appointments lately. I'm like, what phone call is this? So he was a glass worker for Illinois Glass Company plant for 35 years, and then entered the police service at what age?
You know what? I would have to work backwards
that would have
from
to be
his
mid 40s, I would assume.
He died in Oh, that's not the right date. He did not die in 1924. I need to change the date on my sources. I think I just copied and pasted it and then put a new date on there. So he died, I want to say in like the 40s or 50s. He had just become a traffic cop a year or so before this. So this was early in his career, and then he worked for the police department for the next, what did I say, 15 years? Yeah.
But he was already working for 35.
Yeah.
So that's a 50-year career. I mean,
Yeah.
he would have had to have been a little bit older.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not
when this happened. Well, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, even then, though.
Yeah, even then, he probably would have been in his 40s
That's what
or
I'm
50s.
saying when he started the
that's
job.
true.
Wow. I mean, talk about a career change. I wonder what happened at the glass
Well,
factory.
I know what happened. It was that they started using more machine manufacturing. And so a lot of the skilled glass workers, the glass blowers, were out of a job.
I think my grandma still has some of my grandpa's pieces from down there. Her grandpa's pieces, because all that. And then I have a book. It's the craziest thing. I don't know if you see. I'm sure you have. The Dwight Eisenhower paintings they gave to the Owens, the Illinois Owen workers. It was like a 1 of 50 set. It was
I don't
just
know about
super
this.
cool. I'll have to
Okay.
show you that book
Yeah.
that I have. Super cool piece of history. Like, I guess they gave it to, like, it was 1 of 300 people inside the building, and they all got Dwight Eisenhower's personal collection of paintings.
Oh, like prints of them?
Yeah, and like
Okay.
a really beautiful catalog, and it was really cool.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, I'll have to send you that too. I just think this is a really fascinating time because, I mean, think about it, and not to make light of anything, but I mean, that was probably a pretty serious conversation that was had, you know, after you have a runaway train. It's like, well, how did this happen, and who's to blame and all of that?
Well, and it was probably some young boys, small boys, who were playing in the train cars and liked to release the brakes to see what happened. So I don't know how young they were, but this was a time when, you know, it's like we are so concerned with over parenting children now, which I do think that kids need to make their own mistakes, figure out their own things, like figure out consequences on their own sometimes. But also, like, these were just boys playing on trains that could have killed a whole bunch of people. So it was not great to just have children running around unsupervised all the time.
Well, and honestly, yeah. I mean, and it's so bizarre because children in the greatest generation or that era, you know, where, you know, we call it is, I mean, they were a lot of times their own parents because no one talks about that too. But, you know, if you look at the statistics from back then, most of the parents were alcoholics. I mean, they did not function. It was they worked and they drank and their kids took care of themselves.
And also a lot of kids, and maybe, I don't know the exact child labor law dates, but like we have a lot of photos of the glassworks from the like 1912, that time period. It's a whole bunch of 7-year-olds.
Exactly.
I mean, and they're working at night. You know, they're there for the night shift.
What I find so fascinating too, and that's why I can't wait to talk more with you about this McClure Street thing, is because I mean, you had no heat, you had no water, or you had, you know, no air conditioning and all that. So in the wintertime, you're boiling the bath water up and all that. But also the fact that you're selling little, you know, glass bottles just to get enough to, you know, get a candy bar for the day
They were
to
making
eat.
the glass bottles.
Well, not just that, Lacey. They're also boxing them up and taking them back and selling them
doing
too,
all the
because
things.
they're, you know, they had to support themselves in so many of those cases.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I find so fascinating is they were kids raising themselves.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have a lot of the social programs that can help prevent things like child labor and
that so
mortality
fascinating?
and all that stuff. Yeah, it is. It is.
You know, and I'm talking 40s at this time, but I mean, in the 20s, I mean, to see these, because I've seen a few of those shots, and I mean, it is literally like going to St. Mary's, grabbing a couple of kids out of class and saying, you're going to go work at Coat Plastics today.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's not like they had parents that were abusive or
No.
I mean that just was a standard
was the
thing that
cultural
happened.
norm.
Yes, and it
Oh,
was
my goodness.
so dangerous and so horrific, and a lot of people really suffered. And I mean, if you survived, you still had the trauma of people that you know dying in like really awful accidents and other ways.
So, Lacey, what are you writing about next week?
Well, CJ, I'm writing
10:35, Madeline, we're getting there.
writing about a double murder. So That's
You should not
gonna
have
be
had me
next
laugh
week.
before that. Oh,
Well,
no.
last
Did
week
it
you were
happen
disappointed that no one got hurt in this, so I was like, well, I guess I'll find something more violent.
There's not enough death, and now there's too much, Lacey. No, tell me, was this 100 years ago, too?
Well, actually, the murder was about 130 years ago, but then 100 years ago, the murderer who had escaped from jail offered to turn himself in if he didn't have the death penalty, which he had been sentenced to previously before he escaped. And this was Missouri, and the Missouri governor said, I'm not making any promises.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, this is like a real one.
I was just gonna summarize an article, and then I spent like 2 days like following all these leads, and I figured most of it out, but it was a big one.
Lacey, thanks for stopping
Yeah.
by. Make sure you go to HanerLibrary.org. A ton of great events happening tonight with that D. Kilgo talk.
Yes.
Plus, coming up on Friday, you got Haunted Haner.
Oh, that's today too,
Oh.
but that one's full.
Oh,
so
never mind.
if you want to do something tonight, come to D. Kilgo's program
On
It's
the American Gothic.
on American. Yep, the painting.
I'm telling you, I remember.
You remember?
10:24, a quick break. Daily show on a Wednesday. Hits you right up.